Hari Hari. So this is the Kurma Avatar Lila part 4. Kurma Avatar is the second of the 10 avatars of Vishnu. So we left off from part 3, where Dhanvantari now comes out of the ocean of milk, and he's carrying with him the Amrit. The demons rush Dhanvantari and snatch the Amrit away from him. And then they begin to argue. The stronger demons and the weaker demons are arguing, having a conflict as to who should have this Amrit. The demigods are standing on one side. And remember, one of the first instructions Vishnu gave the demigods in the beginning of this whole endeavor, Lord Vishnu said to the demigods, do not engage in conflict with the demons. Whatever the demons do, just accept it. Do not engage in conflict. Be patient, be tolerant, and just wait. So the demigods, they're watching the demons fight over the Amrit. But they're following the instructions of Vishnu. They have faith, and they're just waiting to see how this is going to work out. They're frustrated, but they're keeping to the instructions of Vishnu. Then everything goes silent, because everyone hears ankle bells. Demigods, demons, they turn to look. Where is this sound coming from? And along the beach comes walking the most beautiful woman anyone, demons, demigods, have ever seen in their entire lives. The most gorgeous lady is walking along the beach of the Milk Ocean, and her ankle bells are tinkling. So the demons are immediately captivated, attracted to her, and they want to take her for themselves. They rush up to this lady, and they ask her, where are you from? What are you doing here? And this lady, she says, oh, I'm just passing by here. I'm not attached to anyone. I'm unmarried, but I'm just going for a walk. What are you all doing here? She asks the demons. And the demons say, we have this Amrit, but we would like for you, because we're arguing amongst ourselves, we would like for you to distribute this Amrit among us. So the lady, she takes the Amrit and she says, okay, I will do this, but only on one condition. Whatever I do, whatever decision I make, you must not question or argue. I do not want to hear any argument. Only if you agree to this will I accept the responsibility of sharing the Amrit. So the demons, they're very proud, they're very puffed up. They want to impress this beautiful lady to show that they're powerful, that they can give her their trust. So they say, yes, whatever you want, we will not argue. So the lady, she takes the Amrit and she says, okay, you go take a bath, get dressed, come back, and I will distribute the Amrit. So the demons, the demigods, they all go, they take a bath, they put on nice clothes, they engage in a yajna, they give in charity. All of these things before partaking of the Amrit. The lady, she sits them down, the demigods in one row, and the demons in another row. She takes the Amrit and she begins to serve the Amrit to the demigods. The demigods are seated, they have their cup. As the lady pours the Amrit, they drink. While she's doing this to the demigods, to the demons, she turns, she smiles at them, she winks at them. And the demons are accepting this. They're a little confused as to why she's only serving the demigods, but they promised not to argue. So they're smiling back at her. They're winking at her. But they're accepting what she does. So the lady, she is serving the nectar to all the demigods. One demon, he's looking and he's watching this lady serve all the Amrit to just the demigods. He's no longer fooled by this beautiful lady. He gets up very quietly. He dresses himself and disguises himself as a demigod. And then going around the back, he comes and he sits with the demigods, pretending, disguised as a demigod. So the lady, she's coming down and she's pouring the Amrit into the cups that the demigods are using to drink. She comes to this demon. This demon's name was Rahu. Rahu, he's sitting there pretending to be a demigod. He has his cup and he holds his cup out. And the lady, without knowing, she begins to pour the Amrit into Rahu's cup. Rahu begins to drink. As he begins to drink, still the lady does not know, but there are two demigods sitting on either side of Rahu. Surya, the sun god, is sitting here, and Chandra, the moon god, is sitting on the other side. They recognize Rahu, and they turn and they say, "Look, you're Rahu. You're not supposed to be here. What are you doing here?" And then they get the attention of the lady. They say, "See, here, this is a demon. This is Rahu. He should not be drinking the Amrit." This lady, seeing what Rahu has done, she holds her finger in the air and immediately appears the Sudarshan Chakra. Now we know only Vishnu holds or carries or wields, uses the Sudarshan Chakra. So with this, she cuts off Rahu's head. That's because this lady is actually Vishnu. Vishnu took the form of this beautiful woman to captivate all the demons. Her name is Mohini-murti. So Mohini-murti, Vishnu, she cuts off the head of Rahu. Now remember, Rahu had touched his lips to the bowl of Amrit to drink. The Amrit touched his lips, but Mohini-murti cut off his head before the Amrit could get into his body. So his head survived, lived, because it was touched by the Amrit, but his body died. What is very important, we heard in the last story, that when Lord Indra, being asked by Vishnu to drink the poison, and Lord Indra is a powerful, highly elevated personality, when he drank the poison, when the poison fell from his lips, it fell as prasad, because of Lord Indra's exalted personality, exalted being. Rahu, however, when he touched the Amrit, even though the Amrit is nectar, he touched the Amrit to his lips, and when his head was cut, it spilled from his mouth onto the ground. There were many vegetables and herbs that were on the ground that sucked up this Amrit that had spilled from Rahu's mouth. But Rahu was a demon, first of all, so he was not qualified to have the Amrit. Second of all, he disobeyed the instruction of Vishnu. Vishnu, Mohini-murti, told him to sit over there and not argue. Rahu did not do that. He disobeyed the order of Vishnu. He sat there, he tried to drink the nectar. So even though the nectar fell from his mouth, it was not prasad. It's called uchishta, because the remnants came from the mouth of a person who is an aparadi, the mouth of a person who does not follow the instructions of Vishnu, is not an exalted personality, like Lord Shiva, for example. So when exalted personalities have something, it's called prasad, and that it gives us benefit. When a person is not of high quality, does not follow the instructions of Vishnu, then what comes from their mouth is uchishta. So even though this Amrit fell from his mouth onto all the various plants, these plants and herbs are very, very powerful, very, very medicinal. But it was touched by the uchishta of Rahu, so Vaishnavas do not take or partake of those various types of vegetables. So now, all the demigods have had the Amrit. Rahu has been prevented from drinking the Amrit entirely, and the demons have now recognized the Amrit is empty, the pot is empty. All the demigods have had Amrit, none of the demons, and the demons become furious. And immediately there is a battle, huge war, led by Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is the son of Virochana, and he is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So immediately this battle begins between the demigods, who have now had the Amrit, and the demons. But even with the Amrit that the demigods had, still the demons, headed by Bali Maharaj, were incredibly powerful. And they began to overpower the demigods. And the demigods were in really very big trouble. Indra, who is leading the army of the demigods, he begins to pray to Lord Vishnu. And Vishnu comes on the back of Garuda to help the demigods in the battle. This is one of the few times that Vishnu has 8 arms. When Vishnu goes to war, he has a form of 8 arms. Generally, Vishnu only has 4 arms, but in this instance, he came to help the demigods, and he had 8 arms carrying the various weapons. And he, on the side of the demigods, he began to battle also with the demons. The demigods began to win the battle, now with Vishnu on their side. But there was one particular demon. His name was Kalanemi. He was furious. He was very upset about what had happened. He realized that Mohini-murti was Vishnu and was trying to help the demigods all along. And now Vishnu is coming again to help the demigods, even though with the Amrit, the demons were beginning to overwhelm the demigods. Kalanemi was very furious about this. He tried to attack Garuda and Vishnu. He threw a trident at Garuda to try to harm Garuda. Vishnu cut down the trident and then he killed Kalanemi. But Kalanemi, his anger was so strong that even though he was killed by Vishnu, his last idea, his last thought was in some way he was going to kill Vishnu. So later on, Kalanemi took birth again at a different time to try to kill Vishnu. He took birth as King Kamsa. King Kamsa and Kalanemi are the same person. And we know Kamsa was always trying to kill Krishna. So the battle is going on, Kalanemi is killed, and the demigods are now winning. And even Bali Maharaj has now been killed in this war with the demigods. It's still going on, but then Narad Muni comes. Narad Muni, he recognizes, he's seeing that this battle is going on and on and on. So instructed by his father, Lord Brahma, Narad Muni comes. Narad Muni's father is Lord Brahma. Narad Muni comes and he tells both Indra and the rest of the demigods, the rest of the demons, to stop fighting. Enough is enough. The demigods have the Amrit. Vishnu is fighting with them. Bali Maharaj is dead. Enough. The battle is over. The demigods have won. So they agree. The demigods go back to Amaravati, the heavenly planets, and the demons are there, fortunately, have been defeated by the demigods. But this is not the end of the demons. You already know this because you have heard the story of Vamanadev. If you've not heard the story of Vamanadev yet, go back and hear the story of Vamanadev because the story actually continues from that point forward. But this is connected to Kurma avatar. Hari Hari.